Hey guys, I'm Alistair from Trail & Kale, and this is the ASICS Glideride Max. Who is the Glideride Max going to be best for then? What's it designed to do best? Well, I can tell you now, this is a max cushioned daily trainer designed to help those long runs feel, well, easy. There's tons of cushioning and support in the upper, and the plush ride underneath is really well balanced. It actually does have quite a lot of energy return for such a cushioned shoe. And it's funny because I actually just recently reviewed the Brooks Ghost Max 2. And it really does feel a lot like that shoe. Also looks a lot like it too. I'd say that's pretty much a direct competitor to this one. So if you are looking for a max cushion daily trainer, definitely check that review out too. Before getting into my performance review, let's get into the key specifications, or the features that matter. They cost $170, quite expensive for a daily trainer, but I will let you know by the end of this review if it's worth that price tag. How do they fit and feel? Well, they are super cushioned underfoot, super plush ride, very plush upper as well, so when you step into these shoes, they feel like you're stepping into a pillow basically. It's unbelievably comfortable. They fit true to size, and they have a medium width. So I'd recommend going with the usual sizing. The upper is using an engineered mesh material, and it's pretty breathable, super comfortable. There's a little bit of stretch in there for when your feet do expand on high intensity runs or in hot conditions. The midsole is using ASICS's FF Blast Max foam. That is their most responsive midsole foam, but this is crazy plush cushioned as well. So you kind of get that really nice soft compression when you land on it, but you get some nice spring and energy return out of that too. So you're not losing energy in a mushy plush midsole on this one. The outsole is using a hybrid ASICS grip, and it's super grippy. Traction has been great, works well on tight corners too. It has a drop of 6mm from heel to toe, and it is a neutral shoe which also performs well for underpronators. So that's those with high arches or runners who tend to run on the outside edge of their feet. And finally, they weigh 9.8 ounces for a sized US men's 9. That's my pair. If you're enjoying this review, please give the video a like. That really helps our channel and I really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. Right, straight into my performance review then. So how do they actually perform on the run? On paper, all those specifications sound great, but how do they actually translate to performance? Well, really well actually. The midsole, like I said, I think that's the star of the show with this shoe. It is crazy plush, but with that plushness, you also get some good energy return. I mean, it has a fairly tight flex, and a lot of that is coming from the foam, but that tightness in the flex will translate to high energy return. I also love that across the entire length of the shoe, wherever you land, whether you're a forefoot striker, midfoot, or you're a heel striker, there's plenty of foam in the midsole all the way across, meaning you get a nice soft landing, whatever type of runner you are. And the stride transition roll is really good as well. So whether you land on that heel or in the midfoot, then you really do get a nice roll from landing, because you get that compression. There's not a huge rocker at the rear here. So thankfully when it compresses, it almost creates the rocker at the rear for you. And then you get the flex at the forefoot, and then you get a really nice roll on the toe off. And a lot of that roll comes from this really nice forefoot rocker that you see here. So the ride is incredibly smooth from landing to takeoff. And that applies for whether you forefoot strike or heel strike, and whether you're going slow or fast. So these really are better designed as a shoe for getting slower long mileage, and I definitely noticed that in my testing. Although I was putting in pretty fast splits in these shoes as well. It's still pretty clear though that it is better performing when you do slow down the pace and you are just trying to get in long mileage or base mileage in this shoe, making it a fantastic max cushion daily trainer for long mileage. The upper is really comforting as well. It was pretty hot on my run today. It does cater well to all seasons. I can see it being good in colder conditions as well because it is a dual layer and you will get that layer of insulation for cold temperatures, but you still get the breathability to allow you to regulate temperature within the shoe. The collars are super plush. That includes the heel counter at the rear. And I forgot to mention that these are really nice and easy to slip on, even in the winter, because the loop at the heel is nice and large. It's big enough if you are wearing gloves. It's very easy to slip your finger in. And there's a little loop at the front as well on the tongue. So super easy to grab, open the shoe up and slip your foot in. The Glideride Max also has fantastic heel lock. So I didn't have to do any racer's loop heel lock method lacing setup on this. And speaking of a lacing system, it's very traditional, but it just works. I say this a lot in my reviews. I don't like it when brands do weird or quirky lacing setups that take longer than they should to get that nice secure fit. I just want a nice traditional lacing system that allows me to get the perfect fit really quickly. And the Glideride Max does that really well. Now, when it comes to some downsides that some runners may experience, I feel like because of this plush midsole and fairly high stack height, if you are a heavier runner, then these shoes might start to feel a little bit unstable in the lateral space for you guys. For lightweight to medium runners, you guys will be absolutely fine, but it's something to be aware of for the heavier runners out there. You might be better off with a slightly firmer midsole. Say maybe the Brooks Ghost Max 2, for example. So if that sounds like you, maybe watch that review too, just in case. And then the only other thing would be, if you do have particularly low ankles to the ground, and you've noticed this in the past, that most shoes kind of touch your ankles when you put them on, then you might feel that these collars here are a little bit too high for you. I think most runners aren't going to experience this, but for the niche segment of people that do have very low ankles that sit low to the ground, just watch out for that. And again, for you guys, if you want a similar shoe to this, but you do have that issue, then look at the Brooks Ghost Max 2 instead. Well, are they worth $170 then? Yes, they are 100% worth $170. I really enjoy running in these shoes. They're fantastic for just bagging long mileage, easy miles if you need to get in training runs where you just need to increase your base mileage, or you just want a super plush, super comfortable daily trainer that has a max cushioned high stack midsole, then really you can't go wrong with this shoe. It really is a fantastic daily trainer, and I love what ASICS have done with it. So yes, hopefully by now you should know if this shoe is going to be for you. But if you're still not sure, you've got some questions, just let me know in the comments down below and I'll answer those really quickly. If you think this might be good but you are looking for alternatives too, then definitely head over to my Max Cushion Running Shoes Roundup on trailandkale.com. On there I regularly update that roundup as and when I review Max Cushion daily trainers, and if they're good enough then I add them to that list and the rankings shuffle a little bit. So definitely check that roundup if you are in the market for a Max Cushion running shoe. Well, thanks for watching this ASICS Glideride Max review. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some insights into whether this shoe might be for you. Again, if you're not sure, just let me know your circumstances in the comments down below and I'll get you hooked up with the best running shoes for you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.